Hello, punters, and welcome to another episode of the Leg Up Australia podcast. I'm your host, Sam Wood, joined as always by Patrick Allendorf. Mate, welcome.
Good to be alive, mate.
Oh, it's very good to be alive because guess what we've got this weekend?
Group racing?
Can you believe it?
Oh,
we've got
mate.
through that pigsty of winter racing, and we're starting to see the other side of it. We've got a Group 2, a Group 3, a listed race.
Yeah, mate, you were starting to get me down a bit when we were doing the racing intros and you're telling me that there's nothing going on here, nothing going on there.
I'm a downer, aren't I?
I nearly thought about not punting for one weekend.
Yeah, right.
Then I thought better of myself.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's been good. We got through that kind of dark patch of racing fairly unscathed. I think we've done quite well actually. But we got a Group 3 in Melbourne. We got a listed race in a Group 2 in Sydney.
Mate, now it just all builds until we get back into Group 1 racing, doesn't it?
Yeah, mate, I couldn't be more excited for racing. Did you want to rip straight into it? Because we haven't got, to be honest, there's not a lot going on in the news cycle this week. I haven't got much to say.
Mate, there is one pretty big news item that's going around.
What? This is such a
bit of Katoni Stagg's revenge porn has just popped up in my inbox.
Yeah, well, click on it. We're going to see more of this revenge porn thing. I know.
Have you done any revenge porn?
Oh, mate, it wouldn't be worth it. If anyone's had sex with me, they've been through enough. They don't need any revenge porn out there. They don't need any revenge porn out there. But we're going to see more of this. We obviously, people like sending us videos and stuff, and we got the Katoni thing kind of just before it dropped. And last year we got a few that didn't even drop. But they're saying now it's come from a rival club. Who knows? Like, it was the same. Remember the Burgess thing came out last year right before going into the finals. This is the revenge porn is just a new name for something that's been happening for the last 2 seasons. So
I hope it wasn't Wayne Bennett.
What? Those toes?
No, just with the Seabold Wayne Bennett.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant that Katoni was sucking on Wayne's toes.
Oh, God. That's a little insider joke for those that have watched the video, because obviously, as part of our research, we have to watch.
We have to look at them
from start to finish.
We have to look at them, yeah, and a couple of times. Really got to identify who's doing.
Why were you watching it so close?
In the dark. Nothing beats the shadow boxing video. That's still the best thing that has ever dropped into our. Yeah. And we got that. I think we got that just before it broke, and we thought, this is going to be huge.
Oh, mate, geez, Kane Evans can throw them. Can throw them for big happy.
Yeah, I was excited too. But, mate, look, where do you want to start? We got Melbourne, Group 3. We've got the Aurie Star Handicap, or you want to go to Sydney?
Mate, I reckon we start in Sydney. Let's start at race 6 in Sydney. What have we got?
Mate, we got race 6, the Rosebud. It's a group-listed race, 3-year-olds over 1,100 metres. It's saying it's going to be in a heavy 8.
Mate, they forecast more rain on Friday, so I'm guessing that the track's not going to get any better.
Mate, top line of betting, you've got Kumasi at $4, Anders at $4.60, Rulership $6, Return with Honour $6.50, The Face at $8, and the rest is double digits. Where is your money heading?
Well, I got to say, mate, showing my age here with the rain that's on the forecast, I did go out and buy some grass seeds today to just throw them on.
What, to rub on your top of your head?
Oh, Jesus. Well, mate, send me a leg up hat that fits. I've got a huge head.
Yeah, you got it. I'm on the last. They're bloody nice hats, but
they're bloody nice hats. But I need one that'll fit a watermelon.
You got to get on the last. Yeah, can we get a leg up sombrero ordered? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, attach it to it. See, as long as it'll fit over a hula hoop.
Yeah, we'll be right. We'll take one of those big Swiss balls into the hat shop. You got anything for this? Oh, it's just one of the blokes that we work with.
Mate, this race. Back to this race.
Yeah, when you're ready.
Mate, I'm going down the bottom like we did. I did a few weeks ago when Gerald took one up to Brizzy. I think he wouldn't be putting this horse into the Rosebud if it didn't have a good hope. The Face, number 11 at $8. That's who I've got on top in this race. And I know I'll probably be on Old Kirk later in its preparation, but I'm quite happy to let it go over the over the 1,100 metres, the Rosebud. So
it's a 1 run for 1 win at Gosford. That was a soft 5, 1,100 metres. James Ennis was in the saddle there. He retains a ride for this one. I think that's a really big plus. Currently $8. I like it.
Yeah, mate. What do you like in the race?
I actually like Anders. I think Anders coming off a good couple of wins. It's had a 10-week freshen up. The 2 wins were on a soft 6 and a heavy 8, both over 1,100. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this thing jumps as favourite. It's currently second favourite, $4.60. I think that's good money. And yeah, look, I might have a couple of bucks on Ole Kirk. I know you are thinking it needs to open up a little bit and go have a little bit more distance. But its first up win, or like its first ever win, was over 1,100. The heavy will be a bit of a concern.
Yeah, considering it'll be coming from behind.
Yeah,
and, at Rosehill of late, it just hasn't been the best pattern of racing.
Yeah. Tommy Berry's in the saddle, so you never know what he can do. You never know what he can do. He could come out and absolutely run this thing 2 lengths in front and win it. But yeah, no, mate, I'm with Anders. All
right, mate. What have we got up next? We've got another
through. We got the Missile. The Missile Stakes, race 7, 1,200 metres, Group 2, 3-year-olds and up. Yeah, this is not great races, but compared to what we've been served the last couple of weeks, these are fantastic races.
Mate, there's some good horses looking down this page, and you've only got to look at the prize money of some of them to realise that, geez, you've got a lot of talent in this race.
Oh, absolutely. Your top line of betting is Melody Bell at $3.90, Eduardo at $4.80, Flit $6, Savatiano is $7. Special reward is at $10. As we go through, you're all at double figure odds. Colding at $20. I quite like the fave here. I think Melody Bell is just a phenomenal horse. That trial last week or this week, I think it was last week, in front of Fierce Impact was super impressive. I don't really go a heap off trial form, but that wasn't a heavy 9.
Mate, it eats heavy tracks, this horse.
Yeah, I think you go back and you have a look at that run and it had in the Doncaster Mile on the heavy 8. I know you had Opie Blossom in there and Natoya came from the clouds, but I'm kind of sticking with the fave here. It's not that exciting, $3.90, but I think the money is already where the winner's going to be.
Well, mate, I've got to say that I think it may be too short for it. So I'm leaning more towards Eduardo after it come out and beat a horse I had a good go at on the 25th of July, which beat Ray Heron.
Yeah.
I think that's good enough form to be winning this race Saturday. So I've got Eduardo on top in this, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be a good. You know what I said, that the money's with who I think's going to win. Melody Bell. You said Eduardo. That's your third fave, your second fave. There's actually quite a bit of value outside of those two.
If we're going to throw a value runner in, what would you take? I know who I would put in.
Who?
Savatiano, down the bottom.
I don't like that horse.
It doesn't like you, which is good because
it's a big horse. I'm bigger than it. Mate, I don't know. Maybe Colding at $20.
Oh,
Who knows? Who knows, mate?
Is Colding that's a leg up favourite, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. We got it at big odds. I think for the premium guys last year, but mate, we don't care what they did last year. We care about what they're doing next.
We care about tomorrow.
Yeah, look at the prize money here. Melody Bell 3.4 million, La Romaine 4.3, Colding 5.3.
And then tomorrow, Saturday, it'll add a nice 109,000 to it.
Yeah, I know.
Chump change.
I don't get out of bed for less than $1 million race. So, but yeah, look, mate, I'm just excited. I wish it wasn't a a heavy 8, but it's.
And it'll be
I'll
a heavy
take what I
10.
can get. You reckon?
Yeah. They've forecast massive amounts of rain. I don't just go out and buy grass seeds just willy-nilly.
Jesus.
They reckon
This is possibly one of the saddest things I've ever heard. But anyway, that's not. Let's not get into that, mate. We're heading down to Flemington where
Are you crying?
They're predicting a soft 6. Talking about soft, the Aurie Star Handicap Race 6, 1,200 metres, Group 3. Maidens ineligible, big 160K on the line here. The top line of betting, has it changed slightly? Great again at 440, Home of the Brave 480, Widgie Turf at $8, Hightail 850, and Senior Fox at $10, which is where my money's going. I'm going the big Senior Fox. Loved what it did in the Ramornie. That was a soft 5. That was 1,200. So this just looks right for it. Had a nice trial on synthetic, which obviously just put that straight in the bin. But it's a horse. They really aim it for certain races. It hasn't. I think the Snowdens should have been a little bit more selective in the races they've put it in, and I'm hoping this is the right one. 4 weeks, freshen up. Yeah, I'm going with Senior Fox at $10.
Mate, I was going to say a similar thing to you, but it's just a horse. If it could produce that Ramornie run or reproduce that run throughout its form line, then yeah, I'd have a lot more confidence in it. But
it wasn't a world beater at the Ramornie. It beat Haunted and Jonkers and it was an okay field, but
it was a big
like
run,
I said,
though.
the only thing, exactly. The only thing you can hope for going off out of that form is that it just absolutely replicates that run. If it replicates that run, it wins at $10.
Remember, there were a heap of them charging to the line. It just burst through right at the very end. It was one of those calls where you don't hear its name and then it goes, Senior Fox got it.
Yeah. What? I think I remember that because I was listening to it on the radio. So
yeah. You don't hear it once and then you hear it right.
It's there. It's one. So it's that's where I'm like, what do you,
mate? Fan favourite, crowd favourite, Paddy Payne, Billy Egan, our man.
The Widgie
Turf. I don't know what I'd love to know what happened the other week when it was scratched. Mm-hmm. But it obviously wasn't being saved just for the track because they're running on a soft 6 down there. But yeah, mate, Widgie Turf on top, coming back from a 35-week break. This animal is all class. I've got it on top, $7.50. Your Bealdy will be launching into that.
I think there's plenty of value in this race, and I even though the phase 440, I'm definitely staying away from it. Having a look through this, having a look at podcast fave Billy Egan's book of rides. WT's in there. That owes us a bit of money.
I actually thought, though, that Widgie Turf would be a bit shorter than the $7.50 against this field.
Same with Senior Fox coming off that win. I think take these prices tonight or Thursday when you're listening to this. I think get on and
take them to the bank.
Get hot.
What about around the country, mate? Have you got anything for us? Have you got just a sneaky one that we should be having a launch at?
There's you do know the podcast horse is racing on Saturday. Race 1 in Doomben.
Hang on, let me get it up.
Number 1. Okay, so you know what horse it is. Bangers and Mayo is back after its huge win at Ipswich where we tipped it at $8.50. Miss Alex Pattis, the apprentice, retains the ride. Bangers and Mayo. I'm very excited for this horse.
This horse was born to win for the leg up.
It's
podcast.
I know a lot of you listeners and what you like. You're crook. Sick and head. You love this shit. Exactly like us. So we'll all be on Bangers and Mayo. I'm going to get on it tonight because I know you will all smash it because you love Bangers and Mayo. We're not allowed to say certain words we said last week, Mr. Allendorf, because certain people complain. But
I knew that from the lecture you gave me before.
Mate, until we get dragged into the stewards, then we'll clean ourselves up.
I
We're no
want to see
sponsor at the moment, so
no sponsor, no
no,
worries.
we're not worried. We're not worried about anyone. No
No
sponsor, no worries.
No sponsors, no worries. But geez, I love this Malteser cup that I have. Oh, Maltesers, great for every occasion.
Why are you drinking a beer? Are you still on dry July?
I am, mate. It's been the driest July of all Julys.
Wow, what a spell.
The drought's gone into August. But
Yeah, what's going on? It's the 5th of August. But I do know it's your wife's birthday this weekend. It's your birthday the week after. So obviously that.
Someone has to make a real dick of themselves. So I thought, first up from
why not choose your wife's birthday instead of your own?
First up from a 7-week spell, I'll be cherry ripe.
Oof, that'll be a mess.
If anyone wants to get on,
yeah, just rip. Just send your cases of beer or bottles of scotch to.
Yeah, in the fixed odds market, I'm red hot favourite to make it myself. So
this would be good. I wish we could get like a
send me a head cam.
I was going to say, have you seen those people that put GoPros on their dog's collar, licking everyone, sniffing everyone's crotch? That's what you do.
yeah. And what about the dogs?
Yeah, exactly. The dog's just running the water. No, so that'll be good. But no, we've I don't mind bangers and mayo. I don't mind. Where are we? Hold on.
Well, mate, I can't tell you that I've got a lot from around the country, but I definitely, after seeing Bangers and Mayos back in and having a little bit of a win on it last start, it's what an exciting horse.
Yeah, sure. Mate, we brought that up because I thought it was a funny name and you bet on it and tipped it. You stole me thunder.
How good? But it's going to turn into a great horse. It's going to turn into a podcast favourite.
Mate, it's the podcast horse. Everybody get on. Who? I don't know who these trainers or jockeys are. The trainer is T. Sears.
We don't need to know, mate. The best thing about not knowing them is we haven't barred them yet.
Tony Sears. His number one horse is Tycoon Ace.
Oh, great horse.
His number one jockey is Notsi Tomazawa.
T-Bone and Nosy.
T-Bone and Nosy.
So, mate, I think that's it for around racing at this Saturday.
What are you going to have a bet on? Because mine is outside of what we just spoke about.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, mate. Roos is back. We tipped it to come up behind. God, can anyone hear Max screaming in the background?
No, what's he screaming for?
Good.
Dinner.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I've locked him in the car.
Jesus. Crack the window.
Can't say that. Can I?
Crack the window, bro.
Cut that out, whoever's editing this. Roos, we tipped to come up behind Wapiti, or I tipped to come up behind Wapiti twice, to be honest, and then both got scratched. Wapiti.
Didn't they race midweek?
Yeah, then it came up Doomben on a Wednesday. Wapiti looked the goods. Roos coming in hard behind, and then Green Jacket came over the top at $5. The money came late for it. It was one of those, your tickets confetti before they jump. But I'm gonna stay with it. You know, this horse, you know, a month and a bit ago won the Grafton Guineas. Michael Costa, you know that. Of course he does. Sexiest trainer around.
I'd love to have a pastizzi with him.
Oh, yes. Like a Lady and the Tramp style. You get on one end, I'll get on the other.
And then we'll eat the pastizzi.
Mate, it's a strong finishing horse like all his are. I'm going to go Roos. Doomben, race 4, number 3, Roos, $3.20 is my block of the day.
The whole lot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go the 100 on it. Do you reckon I go what am I asking you? You just talked me into the bet. What about if we go Bangers and Mayo into Roos? Put it this way, people. Listen. This is my bet. I'm going to bet with someone that's going to give me money back second or third. I'm going to bet Bangers and Mayo straight out. If it comes second or third, then I'll roll that bonus bet into Roos at $3.20. If your bookmaker doesn't offer that, just go Roos at $3.20. I think it's a frigging good horse.
If they don't offer that, change.
Yeah, change. Ride us in, and I was talking to Daniel Constable, who a lot of you guys that are in the tips and slips know him. He's does his Dan's double. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. And he bets with a bookie I've never even heard of, and they just every deposit match.
Do they?
Match. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
What is it, like Craigslist bet?
Yeah, it looks pretty dodge. But the bloke matches
never withdrew from it ever. They just
yeah. That's why the bloke just lets you match. But yeah, work your bookies and smash them because that is the aim of the game. Patrico, $100. Where you going,
mate? Do you know what I'm going to start with? And I know this is going to sound a weird betting strategy, but the three things that we've tipped on, they all race within sort of 40 minutes. So as long as you got 40 minutes to set aside in your day, you're cherry ripe.
Yeah,
$30 all up. Start with race 6 in Sydney, number 11, paying $8 the face, $30 all up. If it wins, you've got $240 going on to Melbourne race 6.
Okay,
number 4 Widgie Turf.
Number 4 Widgie Turf. Okay, yep.
So 7/8 at 56, 60, 750. Looking at 60 to 1 on that. So $30 at 60 to 1. So you're looking at $1,800 collect.
Yep.
Off just a 2-leg all up.
Yeah.
If the first one fails, start again on Widgie Turf. $30.
And then Widgie into race 7.
Widgie into race 7, number 10 in Sydney.
Eduardo,
$4.80.
Okay. So if Widgie Turf shits the bed.
If Widgie Turf shits the bed, you got $40 left.
You got $40 left.
Onto Eduardo at $485. So
yeah.
There's still a chance of doubling your money. You just need one winner. You get 2, you have a birthday.
Yeah, mate. Bang on. You're kind of
bit of fun.
You're tipping the way you and I bet.
Yeah. And then if you get to race 9, whatever's left in the pot, have it on. have it on whatever's firming.
Hold on. Just Flemington, race 9, 5 o'clock on the dot.
Oh, I was looking at Belmont.
Oh, okay. You want to give yourself a bit of
Belmont last race, 9:30 p.m. Oh no, that's Toowoomba.
No, give me Belmont race 9's $8 at $6.50, so 10 to 7 at night.
Where's that at Belmont? We're just gonna throw one at the dartboard.
Yeah.
Who are you taking?
I'm gonna go.
Oh geez, the biggest field in the world.
This is huge. Cup. There's 15 horses in it. I'm gonna go Sugar Cane.
Oh, for Big Kano.
Big Kano.
Big brother-in-law.
Mate, and I drink the Sugar Cane champagne Bundy rum like it's going out of fashion. Are you telling me Pikey's not on a horse here?
Well, mate, I don't mind a good old Bombay Sapphire, so I'll take Bombay Style, number 1.
Yeah, mate, there you go. There you go, everybody. There's some tips with absolutely no form put behind it.
No form. Name only.
We've only tipped based on what we drink.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But when you're chasing at night, come on.
Go for it.
It's $6.50. If you're still on the burst then, you've done 1,000 hit-ups.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get into footy.
All right, big fella, talk to me about the AFL. I don't know where we're up to. I hear on the radio this morning that teams have played last night. They're playing tonight. They're playing tomorrow night. They played yesterday. They're going to play Christmas Day. What's the go?
It's very hard to bet on. Actually, it's not hard to bet on. It's hard for us to tip. We've got 33 matches in 20 days from July 29th to August the 16th. 33 matches, including like a double header on a Thursday night. So this current round, this current round that we're in is round 10.
Well, mate,
and it goes Monday to Friday. And then next week, round 11 goes from Saturday to Wednesday. So, guys, if you head over to the legupaustralia.com, we have our football selections there out in full, and you'll see last week's results pretty impressive. Little same game multis, little analysis of the games that we go through, which you all know. I'm going to try and keep up as best I can. I also work a full-time job, run my own company.
The leg up.
And the leg up. I'm trying my best, but I'm just going to give you for now just a multi. And if you've got if you're ever unsure about a game and you just want to know, just shoot us a message on Instagram or Facebook page. A lot of you guys do. A lot of blokes have messages the last kind of 2 or 3 nights going, hey, I've never bet AFL before, or I very rarely bet AFL, but it's on a Tuesday night, so I'm going to have a bet. So, mate, really, really simple multi for me, and I will be including a Thursday night game, which I usually don't because I like to get them out.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
And I'm going to say this team, my team, without any follow-up questions from you, okay? So I am going to bet Collingwood head-to-head over Sydney. They're playing them up here at the Gabba. I think they have been absolutely embarrassed over in Western Australia. I think they just arrived on the Gold Coast last night, up in Brisbane somewhere. They arrived last night. I think they want to put the West behind them. I think they're coming up against a team that I haven't had much. Much good to say about Sydney all year. If Collingwood get beat by Sydney, just rule them out. Like they won't make the 8. They won't make finals, and I don't know.
Would you burn your jersey?
People that do that are fucking idiots. People, mate, I follow a lot of those AFL pages, and anyone that wants a real good laugh, follow Nuffies on AFL pages, and you'll see the absolute best of them. But I digress. Collingwood over Sydney at $1.40. Essendon GWS. GWS seem to be this team that you're not entirely sure who's going to turn up. They were
not Toby Green.
Toby Green's done his hammy. They've got a fairly keen. I think they really struggle without Toby. I thought they were fantastic against the Suns on Sunday. The Sunnies weren't going away either. It wasn't an overly exciting game, but I was quite impressed. I think they will roll that across onto Friday night's game against Essendon here on the Gold Coast. Essendon, on the other hand, I don't know. Like, they kicked 3 goals, 10 for the game last week. So I don't know what you can take from that. I'm sorry, Essendon fans. It's going to be a bloody long night for you guys up against GWS. I'm going to take them with a 2-goal start. I think I'm not sure what the start is. I didn't like the margin that they currently had. I dropped it down to -11.5, and I got $1.72 for that. So that's Friday night. And then on Saturday, which actually rolls into round 11, I'm going to bet on the Lions over the Bulldogs. Same thing, Western Bulldogs, very hard to back them. I thought they would have showed up a little bit more against Richmond. Richmond have obviously come out and shown that they are kind of in full flight at the moment by putting 40 points on Brisbane.
They've
night.
Always been a good Tuesday night team, though.
Yeah, when it comes to Tuesday, they turn up.
What are you doing Tuesday, Dusty?
There's a game on right now, just so you know. Yeah, there's a doubleheader tonight. This is just so dumb. I hate it. I know everyone's very keen to have footy every night, but I hate it. For people that work and have kids and things like that, you're missing a shitload. Yeah, so then I'm going Brisbane just with the head-to-head. You'll get $1.40 for that. So I'll recap. 3-leg multi. It's paying $3.37. I'm going to have my full 100 on it. Collingwood head-to-head over Sydney, $1.40. GWS -11.5 over Essendon, $1.72. And the Brisbane Lions over Western Bulldogs head-to-head, $1.40. So that is me.
What are we paying there?
$3.37.
$3.37.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wanted to go further, but to be really honest with you, the people that I bet with, the 3 bookies that I use, none of them gave odds for the games after Saturday.
Not even Sharon bet.
Not even Sharon. Someone give me better odds. Give me better, Matt. Yeah, look here. I'm showing someone here. I've got Saturday games and 1 Sunday game, West Coast versus Carlton. So,
mate, quick question.
Yep. We'll move to the NRL.
I haven't gone through with you is what are people doing for tipping comps? Are they on the constant roll
Yeah.
or?
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
shit! I've missed
Yeah, I
a
know.
week.
Yeah, you've missed 4 games of this round or 3 games of this round. But yeah, no, just make sure your notifications are on your tipping competitions. I usually have a reminder that's been in my phone for probably 10 years and Thursday night to put on a footy multi, put on it. Doesn't matter now. The AFL
Yeah.
tipping, just stay on your toes.
I'm just going to tip the rest of the season's games now.
You can't because they've only released they've only released until round 12. You can't even do that. They know how to get you.
Oh,
Mate, let's go straight into the NRL. It was a interesting round last week.
yeah, interesting. Without there were some games that you thought the good teams were going to put away a lot of these
It was just a competitive round.
lower teams, but I don't know. I more thought it was where the good teams took their foot off the gas. You look at your
Penrith.
yeah.
Except Penrith put 30 on Manly, which is another story there.
The only reason Penrith put 30 on Manly was because it was the last leg of my multi.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want them to stay in touch? Bye.
Guys, let's really rip in today. It's the last leg of Pat's multi, and we don't want him to get it. You look at the Roosters, you look at Para. They were teams that were expected to win by 50, and they were sort of on the way, but just looked like losing at some point. Even Canberra as well were in the same boat. That game by the Raiders, I think that was a cobweb game. Looks like they had to shake that.
Hope they blew it out.
Yeah, have a bad game before they really rip in this week.
It's good to see that Trent Robinson doesn't take those foot off the pedal games too lightly. He's come out and dropped Kyle Flanagan straight away.
Yeah, drop your halfback. But in saying that, there's nowhere. Lachlan Lamb has nowhere to play at the moment. So I think it's a good, probably a good mix-up, good shake-up in the middle of the season to just sort of reinvigorate.
I'm sure that's how they sold it to Kyle as well. But mate, he'll step up. He'll fight. All right, give us your multi for the weekend, mate.
Mate, my multi for the weekend. I will just get up my shared punts group.
I'll whack him in the old bet slip, mate. So
you got to give me some odds. Yeah, you got to give me some odds though, because I did it last night while there were no odds out.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll do it right now for you, mate.
All right, mate. I'm looking at Roosters coming in at 13 plus against a very underwhelming Dragons side that hasn't impressed me. I think the addition of the new halfback might be the thing that'll spark the Roosters into gear and really
put the foot down.
Get them hitting their straps. They look like a team that's gonna punish the opposing team, and then they don't.
Been like that the last 2 seasons though, and won the premiership last year. So I think there's a little bit to it.
Yeah, well, there you go, mate. I think they're really going to run away this game. So Roosters 13 plus. Moving along to the Storm Bulldogs game. Storm going to try and do it without Cameron Smith, and I know they always step up without Cameron because every player wants to prove that they can do it without Cameron Smith. I think they probably still have the win in them, but they're also doing it without Pappenhausen, who's been a massive attacking spark for them this season. And I know they've got Munster back. He's only fresh back. So I think he will definitely miss the guidance of Cameron Smith and also the other attacking flair of Pappenhausen. So I think it's a lot to go on to Munster's shoulders.
The line at the moment's 13.5 points.
Yep, I'm going to take Bulldogs 13.5 start. I think that their performance against Para, while Para were underwhelming after getting out to an 18-0 lead, they were dogged in their good pun. They were dogged in their fight back. They looked like they had a little bit more spark than usual, and that might be the team sort of coming together with the new recruit Luke Thompson, and the hooker's been going out of control, Sione Katoa. So yeah, mate,
that Thompson's been a bloody good pickup for him. That poor bastard was sitting there in the hotel watching them get flogged every week.
Yeah, do you know what? It wasn't the most motivating thing you could do mid-season, but I suppose
there's been a huge difference to him. So
people will do anything to get out of the UK.
All right. So we got the second leg there with Bulldogs plus 13.5.
Yeah. So moving to the Knights versus West Tigers game.
Yeah.
I think the Knights have made a massive move mid-season that I think will only strengthen and push what has been a pretty lackluster few weeks
I do like this move.
forward. They bought Blake Green from the Warriors, and Green in most clubs he's a good friend of ours and a good friend of the leg ups, good friend of our best mate Reece Watson. So while you might think that I'm only saying this sort of stuff because we know him, he's such a steadying factor for a lot of teams. You saw when he went to the Warriors, he really offers that guidance, and that's
I don't think what you're saying I don't think is unknown. I think it has been for a long time, but I think the season he's had this year I think this was put on the radar by a couple of greats last year, and then the season he's had this year of what he's had to deal with kind of leading this Warriors team, and he has led them.
I don't know how the Warriors would let him go though. Like if he was a horse going to another trainer, you would think that he'd have some sort of bad injury that they don't want you to know about.
It was very, very surprising. I don't know. It makes me think we don't know the full story with what's going on at the Warriors right now.
Yeah, it's just.
I can't believe they let him go. I cannot believe they let him go. But, mate, he just might not want to be there. It might just be him done now. Like that's it. He's, I've put my heart on my sleeve. This has been my life, the Warriors, for this long. You've got to allow me to do this. He's a Sydney boy. He's a Hills District boy. So Newcastle's kind of 2 hours up the road from his family.
But yeah, I think it's going to be it takes a lot of pressure off Mitchell Pearce. Hopefully that can bring Pearce's running game back. And it also takes the pressure off Kalen Ponga. For some reason, Ponga's thought he's a kicker lately. Just chase the kicks, Kalen. Let Greeny control the team. I'll
just message Kalen now. Don't talk to him like Kalen,
just
chase him.
Oi, KP.
Pong dog, just chase him, bro.
Pong, your kicks stink.
Poor.
Mate, I really hate that when you got your best player putting the kicks up. It's like, mate, chase them.
Be under them.
Please.
So you're going head-to-head here or?
Just head-to-head.
Yeah.
What price is that?
We're sitting at $6.26 already.
Yep, I reckon, mate, $100 on that.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just recap that. Roosters 13 plus over the Dragons at $2.10. Canterbury plus 13.5 with the Storm at $1.90. And Newcastle head-to-head win over West Tigers at $1.57. That will give you $6.26. The bookie that I'm using right now will actually give you a power up to $6.94. $7 multi.
Mate, I forgot to mention one thing too. West Tigers are going to try and do it without Harry Grant, who I think will be the next Queensland hooker. Is he a Queenslander? He must be.
He is.
He better be.
He's
an absolute gun.
He was on the front page of the Courier Mail up here when he started playing good for the Tigers.
Really? Well, mate, he's actually, I think he is what has been making West Tigers halves look good. The fact that he just creates so much uncertainty from dummy half.
I think they're going to be shown up this week. Tigers.
Yeah. I know Big Joey Leilua back, but that's about another 14 penalties.
Yeah, I know that doesn't. And as you said, as I said, Greeny's someone that he's a smart footballer. He'll know that. He'll make him pay for that. So
yeah, mate. It's actually there's some good games this week. It's pretty excited for the NRL this week.
Very bloody oath, mate. All right, well, mate, that'll just about do us.
Oh, damn.
I know, we've hammered through it. Nothing to plug. Just go out there and have a cracking weekend, everybody. You got anything for us?
Saturday, I'll be really ripping in. So if you do have any questions about games, feel free to shoot them through, and I'll give you some.
I'll give you a spray, mate. I can't wait to see the state of you after your first day back on the drink.
The big Scotch deg,
all grass seeds smushed into your noggin, walking around spilling drinks on everyone with a GoPro strapped to your collar.
Hey, Clarky, look, I got grass seeds on my head.
Oh, too good, mate. Thank you for tonight. Really appreciate it. And love yous all.
Cheers, big dog.
Bye.